These are the starting defensive pair.
Make them look over their shoulder. Johnson is number 17, working on the boards in his own zone, trying to clear the puck. He gets it to Dan Dorian. The center on this line is Todd Chanel, number 10. And the Soviets, Starikov and Stelnov, moving back and forth, and then it comes up the middle to Bikov, number 27. Over the blue line, he holds up the drop pass, goes to the defense. Starikov's shot is just wide on the short side. Todd Chanel plays the puck around on the boards for 29-year-old Richie Dunn, who's been playing in Rochester, and the puck is moved to center. Vyacheslav Bikov plays the puck back in the point to Stelnov, number 4, intercepted. Dorian went after it. The Soviets get the puck back. Up the middle, here's Varnikov, number 19. Knocks it back, and it's shot over the net by Komutov, number 15. Behind the net, Bikov Checked by Dan Dorian. Dorian moves the puck up on the boards, kept in by Stelnov. The Americans take over once again. Peter Stockton trying to clear it, can't get it outside the line. Dunn has to clear the puck from in front of the net. Stelnov moving in. Richie Dunn gets the puck, but only for a second. Stelnov took a high stick up around the face, no call. From the point, Starikov shot, tipped in front. Soviets all around the net, but they haven't had any shots on goal in this flurry in the last couple of minutes. Soviets changing on the fly. The American team is hemmed up in its own zone, just can't get out.
It's very important when they get these long shifts in their zone. Never be too proud to ice the puck or freeze the puck. If the U.S. is going to continue to try to always get a successful breakout, there'll be some problems. There are times when late in the shift you're in trouble, just get it out.
You're looking at Chris Chahaki. He was one of the doughboys, they called him in Detroit, when Mike Gillis went out and signed a number of free agents before last season. And Chris Chahaki spent most of last season in Adirondack and started the season there this year. Has most recently been called up to Detroit, but hasn't been playing because of a full groin. As he gets into the lineup tonight, he didn't play in Game 1 against Team Canada. Most of these Americans are in the same boat. They're fringe NHL players, just drafted, just out of college for the most part, playing in the International and American Hockey League.
Once again, the U.S. showing a very patient approach here. One guy, fortunately, they've got 4 people back in the neutral zone.
Holding on to the puck is Makarov, number 24 for the Soviets. Gives it to Larianov, back to Makarov to the side of the net. They tried to get too pretty. I think Makarov had an opportunity to shoot and didn't.
That's correct, Jim. They offered him the pass.
The Americans trying to make it 2-on-1. Donnelly tried to feed the puck into the middle for Chahaki, and it was broken up by Fetisov, who caught his man. Kazatonov. Alexei Kazatonov up the middle to Makarov. He just deflects it to Larionov, to Krutov. Back into the middle for Larionov, but broken up by Mike Burst, number 3 on the American defense. The Americans have Hall, Nicoletti, and Turcotte back out as their forward line now. Nicoletti tips the puck to number 11, Alfie Turcotte. And the play is called as the puck was gloved ahead. I believe it was 14-22, and there was a penalty coming up, and it'll be against Makarov for high sticking. That's the call from Don Gadet.
Brett Hull took him out along the boards, and Makarov got a stick up there. I guess they're both going to go for roughly here, high sticking.
Brett Hull and Makarov, Sergei Makarov.
He's a tough little guy. Makarov and Krutov are not big people, Jim, but you rough them up and they'll come right back at you. They're not afraid to play an aggressive game, and this kind of play, when you get tough with them, doesn't bother them a bit.
We apologize to you at home that are experiencing audio troubles. It's not your set. We are experiencing some troubles in our transmission from Calgary. The fellas are working on it. We'll have it fixed up in no time. Coincidental minor penalties. Don't forget this is international hockey, so they're playing 5 aside, including the goaltenders. Peter Stockton is number 28 for the Americans, trying to move the puck up. There's an awful lot of room out on that ice surface now.
Jim, against this team, you want to avoid the 4-on-4, because in 4-on-4, the real skilled players can stand out now, and you're forced to play better one-on-one hockey, and if it doesn't work out, you can really get some mismatches occurring on the ice surface.
Soviets forwards are Seminov and Svetlov. Tatarinov is the defenseman, number 6, carrying the puck up with Pervukin. That's the 4th Soviet. Skaters as they circle in the American zone. Tatarinov with the shot, and he has probably got the best shot from the point of the Soviet team, but he didn't show it there. Dom Campanelli out on defense with Richie Dunn. The Americans change their forward unit. Mike Donnelly comes out, and he'll be joined by Jeff Rolacek. Soviets go for a skate.
4-on-4, Jim, they're very patient. They'll build up, regroup, get speed, attack the line, hit the line with lots of speed, and that's when things happen. They like to take the puck deep and work it back to the point for a point shot.
Yuri Kamilev and Sergei Pryakin on the forwards for the Soviets now as Dom Campanelli fires one into the goal. Hitter Belichick. Haven't been many shots on goal in this game. In fact, that's only the 4th one, 2 apiece. Carrying the puck is number 3, Alexei Kucherov for the Soviets. He saw limited action in their last game as their 6th defenseman, 7th defenseman actually. There's a steal in front. The shot is goal. Kamilev didn't shoot it hard, but he beat Daskalakis after a mistake in front.
Can't afford those kind of goals, Jim. It's a simple possession situation. The guy forces the pass through a man, and it gets picked off, and it's in the net. These kind of turnovers will really hurt you.
Down the hole through the legs, it looks like.
Those are the kind of goals the U.S. wants to avoid. On goals, when they undress you out there and make great plays, you can accept those, but when you've got the puck in your own zone and turn it over, those kind of goals come back to haunt you.
So the Soviets go up 1-0 at 7 minutes of 30 seconds of the first period. Kamilev's second goal of the tournament. There's a shot by Krutov. Daskalakis made the save and held on. Leon Daskalakis had a beautiful attitude coming into this game, and what else could he do? He said, I love the idea of playing against these guys, and my only wish is that Trechak was playing again at the other end so I could say I played in a game with him. And then he thought about it for a second and said, maybe that's not such a good idea.
He's quite a kid. He's very loose and probably got the right attitude to play against the Soviet team. Because he'll get lots of work tonight, Jim.
I think he was probably expecting a harder shot from Kamilev when he set himself, and Kamilev just slipped the puck through his legs. There's a pass out in front, and a shot by Varnikov on goal that Daskalakis had to make a save on. Another shot at the side of the net, and he pounces on a loose puck and gets the stop in play. 1-0. The Soviets lead with 12 minutes to go in the first period at the Labatt Calgary Cup. Play is just underway in the American zone where it has been for most of this night. This is Beekhoff, number 27, poking the puck towards the corner. Richie Dunn there to pick it up. Over to Peter Sawkins, and he tries to clear it on the boards and now gets some help from Dan Dorian to move it to center. Making it a 2-on-1. Dorian takes the shot. He had Todd Chanel with him, and he banked the shot off a leg, and it didn't go to the goal. Beekhoff, number 27, up on the boards for Kamutov. There's Kamutov, number 15, moving in front of the net, had Varnikov with him on the other side. In front, Daskalakis makes the save on Krutov, who was cruising through the middle.
He was coming in late behind the puck, and boy, the U.S. forwards have got to be a little bit more observant than that. He sneaks in here behind and gets a quick shot away, and great save by the goalkeeper. That almost made it 2-0, Jim. It's interesting, too, the Soviets, on your breakout, they're going to pinch right down on your wingers, and they won't give you many of those easy outlet passes to the wingers. And they play a nice 2-1-2 with the centerman playing high and backing up the defenseman, and they really come down hard on those hash marks. So the U.S. is going to have to find the middle on their breakout a bit more.
Larionov, Makarov, and Krutov with Kazatonov and Fetisov. The units for the Soviets, they play pretty much 4 or 5-man units, although they'll give one defenseman a few extra shifts, mostly Fetisov, through the course of this evening. This is Larionov holding the puck, stick handle over the line, taken out of the play by Taglianetti, and Chris Chahaki moves away at center ice, number 15. Racing for the net is Mike Donnelly. The other member of the line is Jeff Rolacek, number 14. Krutov chasing a loose puck, hacked off the boards, not outside the line. Larionov to the late man, Fetisov moves in front. Now they'll look for someone to pass it to. Right in front, Krutov didn't get a shot away, and the Americans hack the puck out to center. They sure look for Fetisov coming late, don't they?
He always comes late behind the play, goes right to the net, and he's a Paul Coffey type of defenseman, likes to attack as much as he does defend.
Nearing the midway mark, first period from Calgary, 1-0. Soviets lead on Kamilev's second goal of the tournament at 7:30. There's going to be an American penalty as Kaminsky was high sixth, and I think it's Micheletti or Turcotte that's going to the penalty box.
Micheletti's going to get it for high sticking, and you got to be careful because international hockey, you get that 5-minute major could you draw blood, and Kaminsky is trying right now to convince us he's bleeding out there, and you got to be very careful. Most kind of penalties don't accomplish very much, Jim. It's also interesting to notice that the U.S. is playing this kind of a patient game plan where they're trying to put 4 across them, but they're not holding the blue line very well. They're meeting the attack always just inside their blue line, and there's just too much territorial advantage here.
They're just not quite patient enough, gentlemen. They're allowing the Soviets to get deep in the corner and dilly-dally around with the puck, and then they're watching them, and they're moving back and moving back and moving back and opening up the top of the blue line, and they're getting in trouble.
Well, let's have a look now at the Soviet power play as it goes to work with Semyonov, Svetlov, and Kaminsky playing up front. Svetlov, number 16, goes after the puck, holding it in the corner around that American box. Back on the point, Katerina over to Perpukas. Drops it off to Kaminsky. From the middle, he shoots and scores!
Well, that was a great shot. That was a cannon out there, and for a shot like that, the goalkeeper hasn't got a lot of chance. He got a good wood on it, Jim. It was a heck of a shot.
This is a great play as he circles behind his defenseman. Kamensky just drives it home.
Well, they worked that 2-on-1 and just struck the puck at the close to the board, cut into the center ice, and there was all kinds of room down in the slot. He just walked in, teed it up, and let it go. And as you said, holy jumper, did he have something on it?
So it is 2-0 for the Soviet Union. An even strength goal, now a power play goal.
The challenge now, Jim, is for the U.S. to kind of stick with this game plan. Like when you're playing a very laid-back game, where you're going to try to play defensive, and then they get up two quick goals on you in less than about 10 minutes here. There's a chance for your players to want to look and get it back right away, and if you can do that, they'll get more on you.
Yeah. That's Kurt Galway that pushed at Nemchinov. Galway, number 19, playing on this forward line with Ernie Vargas, number 21 on the left side, and big Max Mittendorf, who comes from the Quebec Nordiques organization at 6'4" and 195 pounds, playing the right wing. He's the biggest man on the ice. Racing after the puck is Nemchinov, number 21, right in front, shoots it. Daskalakis made the save, though he was down. But just like Kesatonov is blocked, and Daskalakis holds on and gets the face-off.
The U.S. has got to respect this outside speed. I think it's Dunn gets beat up here in about the red line, and the guy walks around him. And
back to the Soviet Union, when you get to take your wife along with you, and he's also got a friend who's an interpreter with him,
it's a major bonus.
The Team USA doesn't get the pop, get the jump, and shoot it in and do some forechecking. Stretchek could play goal tonight.
Shakin hasn't had to do very much. The shots are now 11-2 in favor of the Soviets. They lead this game 2-0. Starikov moves the puck ahead. This is Komutov into the middle for the late man. Beekov to the side of the net, trying to make a pretty play once again. And Starikov missed it at the side of the goal. Seminov and Perbukin drew assists on Kamensky's power play goal at 10:20. That was the 2-0 goal. Barnikov, number 19, passes the puck to Beekov at the side of the net, turn to try and get control, and it's cleared by the Americans to center and down the ice. The Americans and the Soviets now change on the fly with 8:15 to play in the first period. Volocek comes off the bench with Mike Donnelly. Just went head over heels over his man Krutov. And this is Chris Chahaki, number 15, in behind the net for Jeff Volocek. Sends it out front. Cleared away by the Soviets from the point. Sean Cronin, number 5, tipped in front just wide. Chahaki got a piece of that. Mike Birch on the other side, trying to keep the puck in. Good thing he got a piece of it. Or Krutov would have been away to the races. There's an offside pass, and the play is called.
Chahaki's a very exciting player, Jim. He played at Michigan Tech University, and he's got lots of speed, and he's an offensive player more than he's a defensive player. And he's a buzzsaw. This guy gets in there and forechecks hard, and if they let him go a little bit, he can be effective.
Once again, we'd like to apologize to our viewers for the audio problems we are experiencing. They originate with our mobile unit. We are trying to fix them up and clear up this sound as soon as we can. 2-0. The Soviets are leading Team USA 7:40 to play in period number 1 for the Calgary Cup. This is game number 4 of the two unbeaten teams. The Soviet Union had a 4-0 win over the Czechoslovakians. The Americans had a 5-3 win over Team Canada on night number 1.
Jim, the Soviets have figured it out now. They can see the U.S. is going to hang back and not forecheck, and so they're going to build up and get them standing still, keep them with some speed, and look for some breakaways to occur here, because they're going to build up now and regroup a lot, because the U.S. is standing still in a neutral zone, and you watch the speed come up now.
Send a man flying in behind them. Let's see how that works. This is the line to do it. There's the drop pass. Makarov to Lariana. Moves in, passes it off. Krutov, he scores! What a pretty goal.
It's a great shot, Jimmy. They use the top part of that offensive zone so well. A little drop pass. He walked in. All the coverage has gone deep and snaps it upstairs. A great snapshot, too. We didn't slap it. Snapped it upstairs, and a great shot.
That's like picking the corners on those pieces of plywood that you cut the corners for practice. He just put that in beautifully, didn't he, Krutov?
Jim, if the U.S. doesn't hold that blue line better than they are, like the 4 across is great. You've got to defend the attack and lead it outside your blue line. If they don't, if you're wasting your time playing 4 across, you might as well forecheck and go for it.
Pat Micheletti put that pass through the crease. There's going to be a penalty. It'll be against the Soviet Union, Perbukin. And so Team USA go to the power play. play, and they need one here at the Labatt's Calgary Cup. The penalty is on Fairfukin, who chipped Brett Hull in front of the net. So Team USA will go on a power play. They've been outshot 12-3. They've been outscored 3-0. Not very much positives happened to them here tonight. Campanelli gets the puck in behind the net, trying to center it with Alfie Turcotte, taking over his Svetlov now for the Soviet Union, number 16. He's out with Seminov killing the penalty. American power play features Brett Hull. Bobby's son playing the right side. Pat Micheletti is number 8. Alfie Turcotte, former Montreal Canadian, now property of the Edmonton Oilers, number 11 is the center. They'll play Dan Dorian, number 18, and Dominique Campanelli, number 4 on the point.
I would suggest the Soviets are going to try to really put some pressure on this power play and not give the U.S. a lot of time to make things happen. Look for the quick counterattack, because they have no respect right now for the U.S. Leading 3-0, the Soviets are going to go for it.
And it's only Seminov. Got around Micheletti, couldn't clear the puck. Micheletti to Hull, back in the corner now for Turcotte, number 11. Checked from behind by Seminov and knocked down. Brett Hull, back to the point. Campanelli to Micheletti. Moves in with some room right in front. Shot wide, and Brett Hull got a piece of that. Shot it wide. There's a shot by Katarina. Knocked down Dan Dorian, and Katarina was going to get a penalty.
He's getting double penalty, getting 2 minutes for processing in front, and then he'll get 2 minutes for charging or elbows in the corner. So you're going to see him get a 4-minute minor. Jim, we talked about him in the last game, and you mentioned several times that you were correct. He likes to play a very aggressive game, and he's just right now he's playing very aggressively. He took a good cross check in front there and then ran a guy in the corner with an elbow.
You don't see that often with Soviet teams, but this guy, you see it all the time. He just likes to play like that. He was an all-star at the World Junior Tournament on defense in Hamilton last season. There's the shot he gave Dan Dorian, a good one.
Gentlemen, he's no bigger than half a minute either. He's not, what, 170 pounds?
You're right, he's not huge.
He's not huge height-wise, but I think he's got some weight. He's got that great aggressive nature, which is a good thing to see.
There's the call on Katarina. This is a great opportunity for the Americans to get themselves back into this game.
It's a great chance. They get 4 minutes now. They still got a 40 seconds to go in the first minor, so they're going to have a chance to put themselves back in the hockey game. And it's a key time for them right now.
Kenny Belichick has only faced 4 shots from the Americans, but they get a few here. The Soviets send out the defensive pair of Fetisov and Kapitonov, along with number 24, Makarov, to kill this penalty. Max Binsdorf, Kurt Conway, Ernie Vargas up front on this American power play. Peter Taglianetti, number 6 on the point, with the captain of the team, number 2, Richie Dunn. Taglianetti gets the puck around Fetisov and dumps it in after it on the fly. Vargas couldn't center it for Kurt Conway. From the point, Taglianetti moves it into the corner. 20 seconds left in the first penalty to Pervukin. 3-0 Soviets lead. Fetisov couldn't clear the puck.
Jimmer's got 2 men short. He's got 3 guys behind the ice line. The Soviets are very, very aggressive in the kill penalty. Even 2 men short here, they're jumping and putting lots of pressure on it. Again, not showing a lot of respect for the USA and their skills.
Well, when they were playing the zone in behind the net, between the puck carrier, it would have had to go through 3 of their players before they got it out in front. That's the key there. You're right, Dave. That's just unbelievable. That's 2 men short and 3 of them are in behind the goal line.
That was Ernie Vargas pushing at Fetisov, Dave.
Yeah, they just can't keep, they're getting a little belligerent here now. They got to keep their nose clean. They got a power play, not to spoil with taking a minor penalty now. They've got a chance to make some things happen and keep their cool. You were talking about the power play there, Jim. They really shut all the passing lanes off. You know, they jump and overplay, and if you don't find the speed to pass it through, it's not there. It's very impressive.
Americans with the draw. Richie Dunn takes the shot. Wide of the short side. Taglianetti is number 6 on the other side. Screen shot. Sent it into the side of the net. Jeff Wolochek couldn't tip it. Cleared down the ice by Starikov. Taglianetti. Speed done. Pervukin's penalty is over. The Soviets are still 1 man short, though. Tatarinov. There's the pass for Chahaki. It escapes. 2-on-2. This is Peacock with Kumyatov. Back pass, and a nice one it was. And Zach Kalakis got a piece of the shot.
Man short, Jim. They always counter attack.
Now the Americans will try and move on quickly. Donnelly's on the 5 through the middle, carrying the puck. Is Dorian, number 18. Stops at the blue line, feeds it in front. Hockey bounce, backhand shot over the net by Chahaki. This Calgary crowd is really getting behind the Americans. They've had a couple of opportunities in the power play. That's their best one, and Chahaki just shot it over top of the net. Tried to get around Kamila, and he is just able to clear the puck to center.
Chahaki had a heck of an opportunity to at least get the shot on the net. He put it over top by at least 2 feet. He got at least hit the goaltender. And 3 on, they got a 2-man advantage and they're shooting from the point. That's not very imaginative.
No, they're not. Their power play is really struggling, and again, there's still getting lots of pressure on it. You guys got good skills, Howie. You just can't play the power play against them.
25 seconds left in the Soviet penalty to Tatarinov. 3 minutes left in the first period. 3-0 the Soviets lead on goals by Krutov, Kavinsky, and Kamilev. Alfie Turkot, number 11, chasing the puck, rubbed out along the boards by Kazatonov. Fetisov, number 2, back after the puck. Seminov is number 30, and he'll just leave the puck to the defenseman Kazatonov. It's really a steadying influence out there, playing with the great Fetisov who likes the rush. I think Kazatonov is underrated because he always stays at home, and there's an example of it. The other guy's up the ice and look who's back to get the puck.
That's a really good point. Kazatonov is very steady. He's kind of a backup guy. Let Fettisov play his imaginative high-risk game, and they're a great combination.
The pass up the middle taken by Peter Taglianetti. Fires it on the net, and Belichick corrects the puck into the crowd with 33 seconds left in the Soviet penalty, and just 2:12 left in the first period. There's Peter Taglianetti, a draft pick of the Winnipeg Jets, who's been playing most recently with Farmington, Massachusetts.
Must be a great experience for a guy like that to get a kind of a chance of playing a tournament like this. So different style of hockey can do nothing but make him a better player.
Mike Kirsch now moved the puck ahead, but Kurt Conway couldn't get a hold of it. Conway, along with Max Middendorf and Ernie Vargas, the forwards for the Americans right now, with Bruce and Cronin on defense. And these two played together in Chicago, Illinois, in university hockey last year as a defensive pair. They're also a defensive pair this year at Salt Lake City of the International League. There was some method in bringing those two as they play together along. The penalty is over to Tatarinov. The Soviets back at full and even strength with a minute and a half to go in the first period. Mike Kirsch, number 3, ships up with Kurt Conway. There's a 2-on-1. It's Makarov with Lariana. There's the pass, and he tried to flick it back to Makarov at the side of the net. And they didn't finish that one off. So methodical. Belichick out of the net. And he'll get the boost here, but as Dave pointed out a couple of nights ago, that's perfectly legal as international hockey for Belichick to cover that puck outside of his net.
Well, the U.S. can't afford to give up those 2-on-1s when you're down 3-0 and they get another 2-on-1 on you. This is so fortunate enough to 4-0. And they've got to make sure they don't give those numerical advantages. Coming down the ice, it's Makarov on the forehand. Nice little flip pass over. And Larianov just gets the handle on it, but just shoots it a little wide. That's one of the advantages of playing the off wing when he's got the puck in his forehand. He takes the shot or he can pass it. It's pretty effective hockey.
During the last minute of play in the first period, and once again, we apologize for the audio difficulties we are experiencing from Calgary. We're working on it, trying to fix them up as soon as possible. Last minute of play in this period. Dan Dorian couldn't quite handle that pass. Checked in the corner by Fettisov. Make that Starikov, number 12, not number 2. Here's Dan Dorian trying to center for Todd Chanel, who's out in front. The Soviets take over. Tomizov, number 15. The top pass. Gets through to Beekov. After Barnikov put it to him, but he couldn't control it. Stelnov moves the puck ahead. Tomizov, number 15. boys might feel a little dizzy when they go to the dressing room after this first period. They've never played against a team like this. As the horn sounds to end the first period, 3-0 Soviet.
Yeah, they look very tired. The U.S. The last couple of shifts had no jump to their legs, and if they keep wandering like they are in their own defensive zone, they're going to have a long night because they're not playing any kind of a system in there. And again, a team thrown together this quickly, it's very, very difficult for these players to work with a team that moves the puck as quickly as they do. Jason was in there, and then of course, after that year was over, he went and played with the USA team in Moscow, so now he can no longer play for a Canadian team.
On the ice with Pat Nicoletti and Alfie Turcotte to start the second period for Team USA. We apologize. We're still trying to fix our audio problem from Calgary. Please bear with us. The Americans chase the puck right out in front. There's the shot blocked by Shakin as Richie Dunn tried to flip it in over top of it.
Soviets got careless down deep, and the U.S. put the puck up behind the exit line. Quick pass, quick shot, and Shakin moves out incredibly quick.
I suppose that may be the only hope now for Team USA is that the Soviet Union does get a little careless here with a 3-goal lead and think that this one's in the bag.
Watching this also is when the Soviet players pass the puck, 9 times out of 10, whether it need be or not, the first 10 or 15 feet is in the air. The control that they display in passing the puck and getting it in the air is amazing to me. ХОККЕЙ taught us, I was trying to make believe that every pass you make should be in the air. Make it in the air. Learn to make it in the air. Soviets, I think, follow that rule.
Volacek and Bikov facing off. Volacek won the draw, and it was knocked into the corner. The Soviets take over, and here's Bikov, number 27. He's got a man wide open, and that pass was just tipped before it got through to Kamizov. Richie Dunn, played a season here in Calgary with the Flames. A couple of years back, has over 400 games NHL experience. He's on defense. There's the pass to Varnikov, and he shot it for the far corner and missed. Chasing the puck back in his own zone is number 4, Stelnov. Igor Stelnov. Stopped by Chris Chahaki. Chahaki and Stelnov go to the board. Ernie Vargas trying to come up for the puck.
The U.S. is working a lot more aggressively now, sending it through people and trying to get the goal back to get back in the hockey game.
Stelnov, centering pass, poked away by Dominique Campanelli. Out of Boston College, Campanelli passing the puck up on the board. Galway couldn't take it there. The Americans do gain possession. Ernie Vargas dumped the puck in, number 21. Shakin clears the puck for Kaminsky, number 13. Off the board for Perfukin. His pass up the middle to Seminov. Has a man coming late. There's the shot. They score!
A great lead pass to Seminov, and a little quick back pass to his winger coming in behind Seminov, and Svetlov, and it's the next one goal. Great quick release in the shot, too, Jim. They don't waste much time. They get a real quick release, and they're accurate shooters. And that's a nice goal. Nice little back pass right here. No one picks up Svetlov in behind, and it's in.
The other man on the other side, Kaminsky, was open as well if they got it that way. He was coming in on the left wing open.
He was wide open. He had 2 options right there. It's pretty important U.S. forwards are a little more active on their back, and he's picking up the people behind the first wave of the attack.
One thing about the Soviets, when they have those options, they always use one of them. You very seldom see that guy waste a shot. Take a shot at the goalie. He'll always pass it off, but more often than not.
That's true. The goaltender's going to remember that. When you're playing against the Soviet team in situations where you expect a shot off and they'll pass.
And so it is 4-0 to the Soviet Union, leading the Americans. Katarinov is number 6. He passes it back, and that creates the 2-on-2 as Janelle takes over. Back to Scott Johnson. His pass for Campanelli, and the great skater Svetlov came back to take away that opportunity as the pass came into the middle. Katarinov, long shot. Daskalakis the save. Taglianetti for Dom Campanelli. Seminov and Perfukin assist on Svetlov's goal to make it 4-0. Campanelli, originally drafted by the Toronto Maple Leafs, ahead for Todd Chanel. Back for Campanelli as the Americans try and move up. The shots on goal are now 19-9, and it's 5-0 as the turnover costs the Americans again.
Well, once again, Jim, Campanelli makes a great foolish pass right across the zone. picked off. It's in the net so quickly, it's all over. Like twice now the U.S. has the fucking good control, turned it over, and both times the Soviets have scored. You just can't afford those kind of turnovers in your own zone.
Looks like at the start of the second period that the Americans came out with some distance and score checking, but a couple of mistakes and a good Soviet play, and it's now 5-0. Kryakin, number 14, got the goal. Sergei Kryakin from the wings of the Soviets to make it 5-0 USSR. Svetlov plays the puck back to Kucherov, number 3 on the Soviet defense, in behind his goal. Long pass up the middle. Kamilov, number 8, with a long shot wide of the net. Bounces into the hands of Daskalakis, and he'll hold on. 5-0. The Soviets lead the Americans from the Labatt Calgary Cup. Play is just underway. And there's Larionov with a shot. Daskalakis makes a pair of saves on the original and the rebound. Now he can't find the puck. It's loose at the side of the net. The Soviets, Makarov, trying to center it. The Americans take over, and Jeff Rolasek shot the puck to center. 5-0. USSR leading. This international hockey game on TSN. I'm Jim Houston with Howie Meeker, Jim Van Horn, and our special guest, Dave King, the coach and general manager of Team Canada. Here's Mike Donnelly, number 12, with a shot deflected by Kazatoroff into the stands for the stoppage play.
Jim, it's the kind of game the Soviets really like. They're going to get lots of room to regroup now and build up and come back at you. And they're going to pass the puck 8 or 10 times in a matter of about 2 or 3 seconds. But the U.S. has got to maintain a bit more assertive posture right now. They're laying back too much.
Saving grace for you at home, and that's you that are watching this. And I can sympathize with the Americans that are in big trouble in this game, but it certainly is fun to watch the Soviet machine as it gets worked up and moving the puck around.
Any fan who appreciates skills, you know, you're going to see a lot of good skills tonight.
There's a shot for Belichick in the handle. I was a little surprised that Belichick had started tonight. I thought this might be an opportunity for Tikhonov to go to Milnikov, the other goaltender.
I agree with that, Jim. I was surprised, too. I thought they would start Milnikov and give Belichick the night off, but I guess he's playing so well. I want to go with him all the time.
This is Kamutov dancing into the American zone. Number 15, back to the point. There's the shot. Blocked by Daskalakis. That shot from Starikov, number 12 at the point.
Jim, I like your term dancing. That's exactly what he did. Great balance there. Missed the check and avoided it. Great quickness.
Pass back to the point. Max Bittendorf breaks it up. Youngest player on Team USA. Dumps the puck in. Belichick clears it blindly, and Vargas was there to take it off the boards for Team USA. Sean Cronin came in and threw a hit, but the Soviets still have the puck. Starikov to center. This is Barnikov, number 19, carrying the puck in over the line. There's the Americans backed up for across the line one more time. Seminov checks to the line, and the Americans will come up with the puck. Kurt Colwick with the shot off the board. Mike First moves up to keep it in on the right wing. Scott Johnson came in and threw the hit that knocked his man down. And there's going to be a penalty on the play, and it'll be against Team USA. Scott Johnson, I believe, will go for the hit that he threw in the corner.
Took a pretty good run there. I think he's going to get called for charging or boarding, and that didn't really help very much. And Jim, it's in the U.S. Attack right now. They're getting just shots or long shots, wide shots, nothing really to it. And, if they don't get more penetration in their attack, they aren't going to find very much here tonight.
Johnson didn't realize just a second ago that he had been called for a penalty. So the Soviet Union will go on the power play. Here's the hit by Johnson, who comes in late, and he hit Permukin and decked him, knocked him into the board. Sure, it was satisfying at the time.
Yeah, of course, with your man short, and that's going to be tough right now. These Soviets are wound up, and they're really, when they get going like this, they start to really move that puck, and they kind of enjoy it. It's a little bit of practice for them, and they're puck handling, and they're passing, and they can be devastating.
5-0 they lead. The time of the penalty is 5:22. Here's a 2-on-1 for the Americans, right in front by First.
Soviet defense kind of goes to sleep there. Lock a little bit of depth. 2-on-1, nice little play across. First the deflection between his legs, and it's U.S. got their first goal, man short.
There's a look at it from up top. Dan Dorian to Mike Birch. Got a second little poke at it between the legs of Evgeny Belichick. That ends a streak of over 200 minutes of shutout goal for Belichick going back to the Izvestia. 5-1. The Americans' 10th shot goes in. Soviets, however, still have a man advantage as they carry the puck in. Kriakin drops it to the point, scoops her out to the other side. Starikov shot was blocked in front. Kriakin. Kamilev. He gets it back from Starikov. Now here's Starikov, number 12. Makes the shot and gives it to Gusarov. Into the middle, Kamilev. Look at these guys passing around. Kamilev in the middle. Can't get the shot away. Gets it again. And he scores.
They made about, I'd say, 10 or 11, 12 passes in quick succession there. They one-touch the puck and adjust to the puck. They one-touch it away right away. They always find the open man. They're always one pass ahead of their power play. It was an important skill. They must have made 9 passes, every one of them right on the stick, every one to the open man, and every one to improve the position of the puck in relationship to the goaltender in the net. Stuck players to them, had them turning around, had them jumping, doing the two-step, looking at the ceiling, looking at the ice. Just amazing puck control. You know, Hollywood, as well as the puck control, too, the idea is being one pass ahead. You get the puck, they're always looking one pass ahead. They're always one play ahead on you. They're excellent people, and the credit to their skills, they can have their head up and be looking one play ahead all the time.
There's not many players that play against them that can anticipate that either.
No, Jim. Very tough to do. Like another puck travel fast as you can move. Classic example.
6-1, Soviets lead. Krutov, number 9, centering pass, poked away from Larionov, but there's going to be a penalty against the Americans for slashing. Krutov was slashed as he went around the net, and Peter Stockton was going to the penalty box, and the Americans are starting to show the frustration of trailing 6-1.
Jim, you can self-destruct taking penalties like this. You can't afford it.
Stockton goes for slashing, and the Soviet Union with a 6-1 lead will go on the power play, and they'll leave the KLM line of Krutov, Makarov, and Larionov on the ice. There's Peter Stockton, the Los Angeles draft pick. Craig Patrick's team out of Yale. Patrick looks a little bit concerned. Kamilev from Kriakin and Starikov, the last Soviet goal, that made it 6-1 at 6:24. Fetisov winds up in his own zone. I'm sure he'd like to get in on the scoring. He hasn't been in on it yet. Krutov, number 9. Back to Makarov, number 24. Larionov out in front. Back on the other point is Kazanov, number 7. Around the American 4-man box. There's the pass to Krutov. Well, wants to just move it around. Looked like he had it as they played tic-tac-toe with it again and just moved the puck around beautifully before they put it into the net.
Oh, they're great players. This line loves the power play too, and they do a lot of the great power play work. Look at the one-touch passes here. Here's the puck, and it's under him right there, and it comes loose under his goal pad, and now it's tapped in behind him.
That one should have been stopped by Cleon. He was down on top of it.
He should have had the puck. He had it smothered in the puck. I believe after the top of the show, we said, folks, you're going to see one of the greatest power plays in the world, and the last 2 goals the Soviets scored. Just they're picture perfect. They're classic puck handling and anticipation, and as Dave said, they're one move ahead as the puck is coming to them. They realize the open man on their team is such as they're thinking it's gone to them. They don't receive the pass, then look for the pass receiver.
It's their 3rd power play goal of the night, and it is Makarov that got the power play goal. 7-1, the Soviets lead. Here's Beekov, number 27, for Seamak in his first shift of the night. Alexander Seamak, the 20-year-old, who hasn't been used yet this evening, but everybody will get a chance to play now as Kurt Conway takes the shot that's deflected into the stands. The shot's on goal at 24-10 for the Soviets. A 7-1 lead. There's Kurt Conway, who's been playing in the International Hockey League with Flint, and the way things are going tonight, he the American front of the team.
No, I think they were hoping that their strategy of being very patient was going to pay off, but now they're behind the 8 ball. Now they're all thinking about is let's keep the score under 10. I know the feeling from previous experiences against this team, and not a good feeling with one team.
There's C-Mac with a pass into the middle, intercepted. And Kurt Galway, number 19, moves back the other way. Galway steered into the boards by Starikov. And there'll be a penalty called behind the play.
I think Don Gadette's going to help the U.S. out a little bit here. I don't think it was really a penalty, but it's going to make it 5-on-4 and give the U.S. a chance to get on the score sheet again.
High sticking is the call against Starikov. The last goal for the USSR was scored by Makarov, Fetisov, and Larionov, assisted on the power play at 7:35. They get goals a minute and a second apart as Starikov goes to the penalty box for high sticking.
Starikov's a real steady hockey player. You know, he plays with the Red Army team all year long, and he's considered to be a real steady kind of a guy. Not a great offensive player, but always the kind of guy you can count on. He's played now for the national team for 4 or 5 years, and excellent player one-on-one defensively. You just don't beat him.
The Americans to the power play. They have Alfie Turcotte with Brett Hull and Pat Micheletti. Pat Micheletti is the brother in goal who is the defenseman in the NHL, mostly with St. Louis. And an icing call against the USA. There's Mikhail Tatarinov, number 6 for the Soviets, the 20-year-old who likes to play rough and tough. Uses a stick a lot, too, this guy.
See, I'm not sure who drafted this fellow in the National Hockey, but somebody drafted him last year. He's the type of player, if you ever get him out of there, he'd be a great player in the National Hockey League.
Washington Capitals drafted him.
Chances are pretty slim to go from Moscow to Washington.
Long ways apart. Belichick out of his net, and now that's Tatarinov. Didn't hesitate to get his stick in there, and everybody mixes it up. Tatarinov wants to fight. Seminov is fighting with Taglianetti. This is unusual for international hockey, but we've got one fight down in the corner. Taglianetti and Seminov are wrestling down to the ice. And Mikhail Tatarinov really wanted to go. Richie Dust is going to accommodate him. We're not done. It's Alfie Turcotte.
He's a tough kid. He wants to go here, and I think the U.S. is losing their cool a little bit. They got to settle down a little bit. This is not the kind of way you're going to play against them.
And now it's starting with Pat Micheletti on Belichick.
He kind of bumped the goal, but Larionov comes in, takes objection to that, gets the stick up, and all of a sudden we got a war going on in the corner there. This won't bother the Soviets, Jim, at all. Like they can play the tough game, they can take this kind of stuff, and you know, this used to work in the old days, but you won't knock them around now and get them off their game.
Boys, you know, we take for granted that they're not big and tough because they don't play that kind of game in terms of fisticuffs. But I dare say, if you wanted to invite them to the dance, so to speak, they'd accommodate.
They'd arrive and they'd dance pretty well with you, I'm sure, Jim. And now what's going to happen is some penalties here. We're going to get a 3-on-3 where they got lots of ice to work with, and you're going to pay the price because you just can't play these guys in a big rink with only 3 people.
Now, shouldn't the two that fought, Taglianetti and Seminov, be ejected from this game?
Well, I'm assuming he's going to reject it from the hockey game, but maybe he's not. He might just give him a 4-on-4, but if he gets to the majors, they're out of the hockey game. The majors are fighting.
The water bottle is thrown down the Cleon down Kalakis. It almost looked, and I think maybe some of the Soviets thought it was being thrown on their bench, but it just went by to the goaltender. As you look at Mikhail Tatarinov. And there's Victor Tikhonov holding court.
They will be telling their players to keep cool now and not to get the ball and that kind of stuff. He likes lots of discipline with his team and doesn't like that kind of stuff to happen very much.
Do they coach much by committee on that team? We were talking about this the other night. I know that Tikhonov has quite an entourage of coaches that he has with him, but is he the main man?
He's the main guy. He makes most of the big decisions, and he gets some help from Urizinov and the others from Korolev, but basically Tikhonov is the guy who runs the show, and he's a real tough master, I'll tell you. He really makes these guys work.
Patrick is keyed down. They're showing on the clock right now. 4 minutes against Tatarinov. Seminov with 2 minutes. And 4 minutes against Time of the penalties. For the Soviet Union, Katarinov gets 2 for high sticking, 2 for roughing, and Semyonov gets 2 minutes for roughing. For the United States, it's Taglianetti getting 2 minutes for roughing, and Alfie Turcotte 2 minutes for roughing. So with the penalty still in effect to Starikoff, the Americans will still enjoy that advantage.
That's surprising. I think that the players might have been ejected out of the hockey game because basically that was really, I would say, fighting.
Yeah, they pretty close. Pretty obvious. They were throwing punches.
Oftentimes the referees, especially North American referees, they get the form almost request you to play straight time.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Let's get out of here. They'll play 3 against 3.
This is not a lot of fun playing 3 against these guys. If you ever get a mismatch on the ice, you have a lot of problems.
Look at the guys. Makarov, Fetisov, Kazatonov, and here's Makarov going up the middle. Richie Dunn's got to stay with him and did. Kazatonov drops it off to Makarov. There's the other guy, Fetisov on the other side. Back into the middle, Makarov on his backhand right in front. Stopped by Leon Daskalakis. From the point, Fetisov shoots it. Blocked. Kazatonov. Back to Fetisov. Knocked away. Here's a chance for a breakaway, but he won't escape Kazatonov. Brett Hall shoots. Blasted wide.
You can see right there that Brett Hall got the big shot, but he had really good set of wheels. I don't think he got a chance, a better chance to score than that.
Peter Stockton moves up and dumps the puck into the corner. Fetisov hits the pass from center. Soviets change on the fly. With the pass knocked down by Sean Cronin. He sends it back to the point. Nobody there. Mike Birch has to back up to center to take over. Nikolai knocked down and went down outside the line with Stelmach. Birch has the puck. Coming late with Sean Cronin, but the Soviets take over. Here's a 2-on-1. Kazatonov with the car off. Back is Mike Birch. Kazatonov back in front, in the air, and then went through the crease and wide.
So the classic example, the Soviets overpassing the puck and they were too fancy.
And Dorian on his own. Off the skate of Belichick, and it goes the length of the ice.
I sometimes think that they would perform those 2-on-1s to shoot the puck and run for 20 goals a game sometimes, but they overpass the puck in, get really fancy. Every goal's got to be a masterpiece, and fortunately for the USA, that was the case in that last 2-on-1.
7-1 with 9 minutes to play. The Americans 5-on-5 with coincidental penalties to Turcotte and Starikoff have now expired. They're out of the penalty box, and the Americans will go back on a power play in 1 minute and 49 seconds when Taglianetti gets back. Dominique Campanelli was originally drafted by the Toronto Maple Leafs, traded to the Montreal.
Quick compared to where he's playing in the American Hockey League, and it's interesting to watch the U.S. now. They're under real short shift hockey because their kids aren't used to playing this pace. They look very, very tired. They just can't afford to start late in the shift in their own zone.
Running out of gas. And it's hard to find that extra bit of energy when you're down 7-1. Here's Kucherov, number 3. Into the middle, and then chewed off to Kamila. His shot was blocked. Back out front, Starikov's shot is blocked. The Soviets pass it around, and the teams are playing 5-a-side. Minute 19 seconds to go in the penalty to Taglianetti, and then the Americans will go back on a power play for just over a minute. Richie Dunn with a long shot wide of the net. Kucherov back to pick it up.
Essentially, the U.S. is really no attack here. Most of their shots are in the peripheral areas, and there's not much penetration.
Kamilev handling the puck, lost it, and here's Christian Hockey. Can't get by his check. Starikov hacks the puck, but he doesn't get it outside the line, and now he gets another opportunity to pass it over to his defensive partner, Kucherov. Alexei Kucherov, a 22-year-old who plays for the Red Army, dumps the puck in. Peter Stockton takes over. 30 seconds until the Americans go back on the power play. Scott Johnson. There's Alfie Turcotte with his shot. For a chance to shoot, he couldn't get it away.
couple of drop passes, and they get some great scoring chances.
Sergei Svetlov, number 16, is the man holding the puck on a string right now. And then Fetisov is knocked outside of the blue line. Gazatonov to Seminov. Soviets changing on the fly once again. Here's Fetisov. 28-year-old captain of Red Army and captain of the national team. Knocked down, and Krutov takes over, shooting the puck to center. Americans are on a power play. Taglianetti has served his penalty, so for 50 seconds, Katarina sits out, and the Americans have a man advantage, down by 6. Carrying the puck through center is Dan Torian. Gets it again in front, and he's skipped up for the Soviets to get another penalty.
Good job there by the U.S. One of the first times in the attack, the puck goes wide. They got that penetration in the middle lane, and Soviet checker was forced to strip the man to haul him down and not let him get that loose pass coming across the middle. And again, they get the penetration. The U.S. is getting some chances.
Gazatonov goes to the penalty box for upsetting Dan Dorian, who made sure when he was hooked from behind, I think that the referee saw it. I think he made a pretty good swan dive, as we'll see on the replay, but I think he was hooked.
He passes off, and he drives that middle lane, and they just reach out there and hook him, and a nice little dive to make you add a little bit to it, but a good job, good penetration on that rush. That's a good thing.
So the American team is with a two-man advantage right now. 28 seconds left in the penalty to Tatarina, and now Gazatonov is gone. 5 skaters against 3. Dominique Campanella, Galofsky, Churkotti's up front along with Pat Nicoletti and Brett Hull. Soviet and Chinov along with Stelov and Starikov killing the penalty. Dan Dorian is playing the point with Campanelli. Campanelli tried to pass it across the ice. He was deflected outside by Bikov.
Here's Danny Dorian, number 18, has been very effective for the U.S. He's probably been the most effective player. The reason is he played in international hockey. He played in Prague a couple of years ago at the World Championships. And that's experience. You can see it, and he plays pretty well out here.
Dan Dorian is a first-team All-American out of Western Michigan, drafted by the New Jersey Devils. And he's on the ice for this power play. Kurt Conway with number 19 that got the puck back on the point to Peter Taglianetti. Back to Conway. Vargas is working in front. One penalty is over as he does shoot. Belichick and cat-like reflexes slips it up in his pocket to make that save. Taglianetti in front. Blocked. And here's Kamailev for the Soviet Union. Number 8, Kamila Spin tries to find Nemchinov. Now he finds the late man Fettisov it is. Or make that Perpukin, but his play was broken up. 26 seconds left in the Soviet penalty. The shot from Fitzgerald was deflected wide as Kamila sends the puck to center. 4.5 minutes left in the second period. Calgary, the Soviets lead 7-1.
To see that the U.S. attack is all sharing the puck. Very few passes up the ice. Very few of those quick lead passes. For the Soviets, great lead pass the puck very quickly.
Some of that you can attribute, I'm sure, to not being together as a team. They just haven't worked as a team before.
Very true.
The team had its first practice 24 hours before its first game. Soviets are back at full and even strength as the penalty has been served to Gazatonov. Taglianetti clears the puck in his own zone to Kurt Conway. Katarina back on the ice. Well, let's keep an eye on him because I'm sure some of the Americans took his number. Puck is knocked to center by the Soviets. Mike Kirsch touches the puck and it's an icing call against the Soviets. 3:30 to play in period number 2 on TSN. You're watching the Labatt's Calgary Cup.
We're with the Labatt's Calgary Cup on TSN. I'm Jim Houston along with Dave King, Howie Meeker, and Jim Van Horn from the Olympic Saddledome in Calgary. Game 4 in the series, and it looks like the Soviets will go unbeaten after their second game. They're ahead 7-1, albeit in the second period. But certainly in control of this game. They've outshot the Americans 26-13. Here's Makarov with a great play through the middle to Krutov, and Neskalakis made the save. What great speed they showed.
That play starts back in the right back in their defensive zone. Makarov and Krutov exchange sides to build speed. They come up the wing with lots of speed. They drive that middle lane hard. great fake on the outside. He walks around the corner like he was just standing still. They cross here, build speed. He comes up the wing here and gives us a real nice little outside fake, and it steps inside here on the defender right there. The middle lane's been driven by Krutov right there. Great chance.
Shot off the faceoff is blocked by Cleon Daskalakis in the American goal. Here's Mike Donnelly trying to send Chahaki away down the right side. He's checked, and there's a penalty coming up behind the play. It's a slashing call, and I'm sure it came well back of the play. Two players were coming up the ice, and I believe it's Mike Mersch that's going to go for slashing. See, those kind of penalties are just unforgivable in a game like this, because you're down 7-1 and you're on the verge of being embarrassed here, and this fellow takes a slashing penalty behind the play. It doesn't do a lot of good. It's hard, though, Jim. I mean, I feel for the players, too. The frustration levels get pretty high, and people can lose it once in a while, but you just can't do that because you're just penalizing your team. You might feel pretty good about it, but your team doesn't. Another power play for the Soviet Union. They've scored 3 times with a man advantage tonight, and they've only had 4 opportunities. Krutov will just go for a skate out at center to get organized here as they'll go back and build, as you pointed out earlier, against that 4-man wall that's across the blue line. Here's the open man. Fetisov shoots and scores.
Oh, unbelievably beautiful. Cat and mouse game. Folks, watch this. I can't believe it.
That's an excellent goal. Once again, a power play. Nice little soft pass by Larianov, with Fettisov coming in behind, and no one picked him up. The forward on that side wasn't aware he was coming in late. Watch the soft little pass. 17 chases across here, doing somebody else's job, and Fettisov walks in and just cranks it right down in the lower left corner. Excellent shot. The goaltender, no chance of a shot like that from that range. 4 for 5 on the power play, and there's that silly slashing penalty behind the play that comes back to haunt Team USA, and they're down 8-1. Now here's a chance. Todd Chanel breaks in all alone. Beloshakin makes the save. Chanel showed good speed to get away and get the breakaway, but the great young goalie made the stop. He showed some great speed in that. Once again, the Soviets sometimes, they get that offenseman up in tight, and they lack a little depth, and that quick lead pass there really sprung them, and they got a good chance on goal. There'll be a penalty on the plate of Priakin for high sticking. So the Americans will get another opportunity on the power play. Here comes the play now, and Chanel gets a step on him, and he shows some good speed here. Sets a good wall to the checker right there. Cuts in. Nice little deke. Excellent save by the goaltender Beloshakin, and a little after that, Priakin gets a high sticking penalty in behind the net.
I think Beloshakin read the deke there because the USA player had the puck out in front of him. He couldn't do anything else but take it to his backhand, and he was pushing off that left leg before the puck went to his backhand. Great move.
I wonder if he automatically reads deke in practice. None of the guys that are coming in on him shoot. Always looking for the deke, maybe. The Americans are 0 for 5 with a man advantage. Yeah, the power play against the Soviets is always, I've never seen many teams have very good percentage power plays against the Soviets. They're very aggressive, they check hard, and they're excellent players. This is Seamak, who played with the national junior team last year, Jim and Hamilton. Another tough customer, too, and an excellent young prospect. Some people think he is the best young player in the Soviet Union right now at 20 years old. I would think by next year, by the Olympic year, he'll be in the starting lineup on a regular basis, Jim. Right now he's being spotted a little bit, but he'll be there next year. 8-1 is the score. The Soviets lead, and the Americans are on a power play with Priakin out for high sticking. Here's Brett Hull, overskated the puck, puts it back to the point. Taglianetti dumps the puck to the end boards. Alfie Turcotte trying to shovel it out front. It hopped up in the air, and Beloshakin, with some dramatics, made the catch and the play. I spoke with Tretiak today about Beloshakin, and we had a very interesting conversation, and we asked him what advice he would give Beloshakin. He said, look, the only advice I ever give him is to develop his own game and to keep his concentration and work hard. And he's got good quickness, he's got great balance on skates, and Tretiak has spent a lot of time with Beloshakin, and is one of the reasons why he's so confident. Shot was deflected up off the glass, kept in at the point by Richie Dunn. Micheletti couldn't center. Richie Dunn stops the puck in the right point, blasts it into a crowd. Beloshakin made a save. The rebound off the post by Alfie Turcotte. Backhander went off the post. When things are going bad, you never get a break. 1:05 to play second period. Svetlov, number 16, lost the puck. Here's a 3-on-2 for the Americans. Outbeat Turcotte to Micheletti. Shoots it. Just getting a piece of it was Beloshakin. Taglianetti with his shot. Beloshakin made the save and is knocked down from behind. Taglianetti one more time. Dumps the puck to the end boards. Herbukin there to scoop it up for the Soviets. 30 seconds left in the penalty to Kryakin. 35 seconds left in the second period. Seminov clears not out. Taglianetti's shot blocked at the defense, and it's 4-on-2. The Soviets moving to center. Behind the play, Beloshakin was wrestling with Micheletti. Seminov dumped the puck into the corner. Svetlov checked by Campanelli. 20 seconds to go in the second period. Tatarinov looking for a pass out of the point, but the Americans come up with a puck. Kryakin set to come back on the ice, and he does. The Soviets back at full strength. Here's Campanelli. Centering pass off the stick of Mike Donnelly. And that'll do it for period number 2 as the horn sounds to end a period dominated once again by the Soviets. They have an 8-1 lead after 40 minutes.
It certainly was a domination situation there. The U.S. really at no point in time had much of a threat. This last power play, Jim, they had a couple of chances because they jammed the net and got the point shot through, and there was a couple of threats there. But other than that, the Soviets controlled the play.
You just sit here and watch the masters at work, and you'll say, my, oh, my, oh, my. Can they skate? Can they handle a puck? Can they think? Can they complete plays? There's not much they can't do in the game of hockey. Wonderful, wonderful entertainment.
It's to face the USA here. With the score 8-1, the Soviets leading the USA. The teams are at even in full strength as the second and third period gets underway. Don Godet is the referee as the net is knocked off its moorings. Milnikov had Scott Johnson, I believe, run straight over top of it.
Yeah, the U.S. forward took a pretty good run at the goaltender there and knocked the goaltender and the net off the moorings, and they're losing the cool a little bit here, and they got to be cool. They can't afford to take some cheap penalties.
I would think they just want to play this as quickly as possible this third period and get out of here.
I certainly agree with that. I just don't think they can be playing foolish hockey right now.
This Soviet team, by the way, is going on tour against Team Canada after the Calgary Cup on the 5th and the 7th of January. Hockey fans around Hamilton and Ottawa take note. On the 5th, you can see Team Canada against this very Soviet team, and in Ottawa on the 7th.
Those will be very interesting games for our guys. We're looking forward to that. They're tough games, and their games are difficult to win, but boy, you can get a lot from them and certainly improve our team in a hurry, Jim.
Exactly. You only get better playing competition that's better than you are. Larionov with a pass to Krutov. He tried to feed it in front. Larionov takes over again as he had to go back for the puck to Krutov, number 9. Fetisov in deep in the U.S. zone. And the puck is knocked outside the line to center. Makarov puts Larionov in by himself. Blocked by Cleon Daskalakis as he stretched out and made the save. Pass back to Kazatonov at the side of the net. Makarov sends it back to the point, and it's knocked outside the line by the Americans. Todd Chanel swept at the puck and got it out to center. Americans make changes on the fly as the Soviets move in. Makarov drops it off. Kazatonov shot in front. On the fly, and there was Kamensky, but he was checked. Kamensky after the puck. Now here's Seminov, number 30, with the long shot deflected by Campanelli. And Peter Taglianetti takes over for Team USA. Long pass to Max Middendorf. Now up the middle, here's Kurt Calway to Ernie Vargas. His shot goes into the corner. Middendorf, who has a couple of goals in the NHL this season with the Quebec Nordiques. The big man in front of the net is Ernie Vargas of the Montreal organization, tries to center. Middendorf out front, tipped away, and here's Svetlov, number 16 for the Soviets, taking over in center. The pass to Seminov, now to Kamensky, moving right in front, swept in front of the goal and made the save. Well, that's what I mean about 5-man units playing together. Those guys make passes that they seem to automatically know where the other player is. Yeah, the point's well taken, Jim. It allows these guys to play a very instinctive game and make a lot of passes that almost appear to be blind passes, but because they play together all season long, they almost know a man's going to arrive and be there. Here's Semak, number 18, stopped by Cleon Daskalakis, who's made a couple of good saves to start this third period. 8-1, the Soviets lead.
Jim, the U.S. team is really chasing the puck on defense, and they get caught in that chase mode. That's going to cause them a lot of problems. You can't start chasing the puck. You got to make sure you let somebody else do the job. You just can't have 2 or 3 people doing one person's job, and it's happening right now.
There's a shot that didn't get through to Milnikov, who's the new goaltender for the Soviets. Alfie Turcotte is number 11, has a man in front, spins to try and get away from his man Starikov. The centering pass was knocked away by the goalie. And then the defense clears the puck to center. Here's a 2-on-1. It's Seamak with Komutov. Seamak faked the shot. Komutov tried to backhand it towards the goal, and he couldn't control it nor get a good shot away.
When they go to the bench, I know for sure that Seamak will be talking to Komutov about putting the puck back so he could get one-time the puck. Because he opened up there with a stick back. Jim ready to one-time the puck, and the pass was off his front foot too far. And normally they want the puck in a certain place.
TSN will continue to originate from Calgary in the very near future after the Calgary Cup. Little minor penalties have been handed out. That is Bykov that has gone to the penalty box along with Dan Dorian, or Pat Micheletti make that, of Team USA. Slashing the call on Micheletti and on Bykov. Coincidental minors. Kamilev breaking through the middle, got a shot that was blocked by Cleon Daskalakis. Lots of room to skate. One more time for the Soviet players. Tatarinov, number 6, takes over to Gusarov, number 3. Now winding up and starting out of his own zone is number 14, Kryakin from the Soviet wings. He drops it off, it comes through to Tatarinov, feeds it to the open side. Gusarov feeds the streaking Kamilev, and he can't hit him in front of the net.
Jim, if you're not away from the puck against these people, they'll really burn you. In the U.S. right now, they're all playing like they're playing little tunnels out there, and they have not very much idea what's happening away from the puck. They're all kind of concentrating only on the puck. And that's the first way to defeat yourself. All of a sudden, the guy arrives at the goal mouth, and it's a little tap in, and it's in the net. And you've got to make sure that you're doing a job away from the puck, and they've lost the concentration a little bit.
That's Yuri Kamilov of the Soviet wings, a 22-year-old. This entire line, as we pointed out the other night, is from the Soviet wings. I wonder if this unit will be with the team come World Championship time.
Jim, I don't think they will. I think that this unit's just getting a chance to play here, and in Izvestia this year, I think that maybe Nemchimov might be able to stay with the team, but the other two, Kryakin and Kailanov, might be, I think, moved down.
Still a couple of pretty good players that have been scratched from this tournament. Yashin comes to mind. Karin hasn't played.
I'm surprised that Karin hasn't played because he's really a good young player with great speed, and he's probably a better player than the other 3 guys from the Soviet wings that are playing.
35 seconds left in the coincidental minor penalties as Peter Taglianetti chases the puck down into the Soviet zone. Kazatonov gave it away. Dan Dorian centering pass. Mike Donnelly trying to get a handle on the puck out front. Now behind the net. Sends it back to the line, and Donnelly will have to chase it. Donnelly signed as a free agent out of Michigan State. Trying to get a hold of the puck, and he can't. Here come the Soviets once again. Krutov took the pass from Larionov. Centering pass, and it's shot wide by Larionov. The penalties are over. The teams have 5 skaters each once again. Number 5 is Sean Cronin moving through the middle. Stick handling. Plays it off to Dorian. The centering pass goes off the stick. Held against the boards by Tatarinov. And he brings it and passes it onto the wing to Kamensky. Number 13, Kamensky made the move, but the puck just drifted into Daskalakis. Todd Chanel checked by Kamensky. Semenov in there as well, looking for a loose puck. Scott Johnson is number 17 that took the 2-line offside pass, so we have a stop in play, and we'll turn it over to Howie.
Folks, if we got something for you here, a tic-tac-toe play, the puck does not stop for a second on any Soviet stick. This is a Soviet player that has it. It'll come to this man right here, but this guy knows already he's on the curl, and this fella's on the curl as well. Now it's just bang, bang, bang.
watch it. They don't stop it. Off of one stick onto the other stick, and there he is. Made the curl in front of the defenseman, and he's home free like a bird. Super puck control, great anticipation. And talk about playing the game with your head as well as the stick of the skates. They're great.
That's a perfect example, Dave, of what you were pointing out earlier, being one pass ahead of the play at all times. They knew where the pass was going ahead of time.
That was a classic highlight to show the people. Just great skills right there.
It's going to be a penalty against the Soviets. It'll be a roughing call, and it'll be against who else? Tatarina. We'll be back with more from the Labatt's Calgary Cup. The Soviet tough guy Tatarinov in the penalty box for roughing. The Americans go to the power play 0 for 6 with a man advantage so far this evening and trailing 8-1. It's almost a victory, though, that they've been through 6 minutes of the third without being scored upon the way this game has gone tonight. Peter Taglianetti with a shot from the point. Bounces off the inboards. Kurt Colway, number 19, on the ice with Vargas and Middendorf. There's a shot blocked by Milnikov, and he closes his legs and squeezes the puck in the crease, and some pushing and shoving with Vargas in there.
Got a lot of that pushing and shoving in front of the net tonight, Jim. And the U.S. power play is designed to put people in front of the net and create a crowd. Pretty good shot. He did save by Milnikov, although he's down. He was on the seat of his pants. Not like Beloshenko. There's a good example of a difference to two goaltenders.
Well, what I noticed on the Soviet power play today, they don't put anybody in front of the net to block. They head for the net when they get the puck back to the point, and the shot's on the way there. But they don't put any great, big, dumb, tough, fun, skill guy on the ice at all. And if they do have a person like that, they don't put him in front of the net.
The Americans have had absolutely no time to work on a power play, and I can understand why they go to a very basic system of shoot from the point with a man in front of them.
Yeah, in a short period of time, it's pretty basic, and it does get the puck to the net and directs the attack there, and with the guy in screen position, anything can happen.
Max Middendorf to the point. Richie Dunn to Middendorf. Vargas standing in front of the net. Middendorf's pass didn't get through. There's a back pass to Kurt Colway right in front. Trying to one time it was Vargas, and he just mishandled it. The play was there. The puck was on his stick. Komitov, number 15. Lost it to Richie Dunn. 50 seconds left in the penalty to Tatarina. 3-on-2. The Americans come over the line. Middendorf shot it. Milnikov made the save.
Jim, not too often to see Pervukin get beat like that with a little outside-in move. He's pretty steady, and he got undressed there by Middendorf a little bit one-on-one.
Gusarov across the ice to Pervukin. 25 seconds left in the penalty to Tatarina. One last rush here for the Americans. Dominique Campanelli, number 4, through center. Didn't wait long enough. Didn't skate up over the blue line, and it's a two-line offside pass. Brett Hull played in the BC Junior Hockey League with Penticton before he went off to the University of Minnesota Duluth.
He got a great touch around the net. He's also got an excellent shot, and he's the kind of player in the smaller North American rink can be quite effective if he's got the right playmaker to play with him.
We'll see him playing for the Calgary Flames without a doubt if he stays injury-free. Probably this season. I think he'll get a crack at it. Tatarinov is out of the penalty box. Soviets back at full strength. There's a tip shot. Milnikov got lucky. It was tipped and it bounced up and hit him. Now the Soviets moving out of their own zone. Pervukin, as he goes on a line change, plays the puck to Nemchina. And the Soviets never seem to hesitate at turning back instead of a North American player more often than not, I think, would dump the puck in when he gets to the blue line and doesn't see a play. They turn back and try it again.
That's very true. They don't like to dump the puck in. They're possession-oriented, and they'll regroup sometimes rather than dump it in. And there's no question that gives them better puck possession. They rebuild, they get speed, and they're great skilled athletes. They want the puck.
Here they come again. Kamensky takes the shot, moves in front, and scores.
Nice move, Jimmy. Take the shot. The defenseman kind of overplayed in the middle, and then he quickly stepped in front and stuffed it in. He's a great hockey player, Kaminsky, great big guy, and certainly that line has played very well tonight. Here's the move. He passes outside. Kaminsky's got it now. Fakes the shot. The defenseman stays in the middle. He reads that. Pulls it now to his backhand between the legs, and it's in the net.
Saw he had the room. Semenov will draw an assist at 9:51. Kaminsky's second goal of this game and second goal of the series. And it's 9-1. The Soviets get their first goal of the third period. I suppose if we're continuing on the topic of turning back instead of pumping it in, there's some sound logic to that. Why give the puck to the other team and you can keep possession?
Again, you know, in the larger rink, possession's an important thing. And
Kaminsky looking for his third, and he's going to draw a penalty, although he doesn't get the third goal of the night.
good example, Jimmy, that long lead pass right from behind their net to Kaminsky out in the middle seam between the two defensemen, and off he goes on a breakaway, and he's hauled down. But your point's right. The regrouping idea, keeping possession, is very popular on the big rink. He catches the seam here and out skates. Nice wall here. Just sheds that defenseman and almost stuffs it in.
Richie Dunn gets the penalty. Looking at 9:08.
Richie's still smiling. That's a good sign.
Richie said he had to think about it a little bit before he decided to come up here. He thought about leaving his team at this time of year, Rochester Americans, but he said, I, along with the rest of them, even though I'm 29 years old, wanted a chance to showcase my talents in a tournament of this caliber.
It really helps this team, too, because he's got lots of experience, you know, Jim, and that really helps a great deal.
Soviets on the power play, 4 for 5 with a man advantage tonight. The Americans do have a shorthanded goal. The only goal of the night came shorthanded from Mike Mersch. Komitov, number 15. Bikov, number 27. Semak is on the ice, number 18. With the pass into the middle as they play it back and forth. Bikov to set up. Got by Starikov, and he'll have to chase it. 1 minute and 20 seconds left in the penalty to Richie Dunn. 10-10 to play third period from Calgary. 9-1 Soviets. Bikov to Komitov. Starikov from the point. On the other side, Stelnov is number 4. Semak, number 18. Got the shot away, and it was wide. Starikov again moves in and shoots. Deskalakis the save, and the Americans get a chance to clear the rebound.
Pretty good power play, lots of puck control. Again, they've got 3 people across, and they are looking to try to either get the point shot in with the deflection or play across the back door.
The Soviet wings line out of the power play now. This is Priyakin. Samilev in front. Priyakin back onto the point. Kazatonov. Priyakin. Nemchinov, and he'll dump it into the corner. Kamilev. Right behind the net. Dan Dorian's going to get a chance to clear it. No, he's not.
Defenseman Khrushchev came way down to keep the puck in the zone there, Jim. And their defensemen will do that. They move right down and those passes around the boards and try to keep the puck in and keep the pressure on.
Just turned his body in front of Dorian to shield him from the puck. And made the play, keeping the puck in. The penalty is over. There's the shot on Daskalakis, kicked away as Kamilev let it go. 8:40 to play third period. 9-1 Soviets, and the Americans back at full and even strength. The Soviets 4 for 6 with a man advantage tonight. Be an offside call, but the Americans move it out, so it's waved off. Colway chases the puck as Tatarinov plays it around on the boards for Kamilev. Here's a 3-on-1. The Americans are on a line change. Semenov, back pass, got real fancy there.
Yeah, they got to overpass the puck, and nothing simple in their game. And again, that's a classic example of how they overpass the puck.
Knock the mustard off the hot dog. 8:15 to play in the third. It's 9-1 Soviets. Welcome back to the Labatt's Calgary Cup on TSN. 9-1, the Soviets lead Team USA. Tomorrow night, it's Team Canada against the Soviets. Semenov gets the puck to the point. Tarinov's blast hit a stick in front and went wide. Middendorf clears the puck to center. Colway raced after the puck. Tatarinov clears it. At center, Semenov gets through a crowd. Nice move on Richie Dunn.
It was a great move, Jimmy. Just dropped the puck into his skates and almost skipped in between the defensemen.
There was a great chance for Svetlov, and he shot it wide of an open net as they moved the puck around brilliantly once again.
Well, they're putting a real show on for us now, showing us their skills and their collective play, sharing the puck very quickly here. Quick puck movement, really tough to play against.
Well, we're going to show you some Soviet power skating. Right here a few moments ago, Kaminsky, watch him blow by the U.S. player, and this fella here will just wait to get him the puck. Look at him, just blow by the Czech, no problem at all. Now, stop it right here. Point time here. Kaminsky should never have anything but his forehand as he goes in here. This defenseman has to stop him from going to his backhand, but he doesn't. He just picks up the Soviet player who passed the puck, fades out of the picture, and Kaminsky is allowed to go to his backhand. No trouble.
That was the goal that made it 9-1. Now the Soviets have Bikov along with Komutov and Barnikov on the ice. Actually, Seamak is out there playing for Barnikov now, as the 20-year-old newcomer to the team gets a chance to play some more. The Americans trying to put some pressure on now with Micheletti, Hull, and Turcotte, the forward line on the ice. Brett Hull got the puck out for Turcotte to the inboards. Here's Pat Micheletti. Spins to get away from Starikov, or tried to. The veteran turned with him and made the play. 3-on-2 to center. Here's Bikov holding on to the puck. Into the middle, Komutov. Great back pass. Starikov backhander kicked out by Daskalakis. They know there's somebody's coming late all the time when those forwards hold up.
The U.S. is really chasing deep, taking 4 or 5 guys right deep to the net, and they're just using the top part of the zone to back pass it into for the guys coming late, and it's just murder.
I can sympathize with them. I mean, almost makes you dizzy just to watch them up here, and I can understand how you can get sucked into starting to chase the puck.
Yeah, Jim, and you got to watch out for that. You start to overwork too much, and it's going to be a big problem for you.
Seamak is number 18. There's a point man coming late. There's a shot from Tatarinov, and there'll be penalties on this play. Seamak has been signaled along with Scott Johnson, I believe. High sticking is the call. I'm not sure whether both are going or just one.
It looks like Seamak's the one getting it, not Johnson. Again, we talked about Seamak earlier. He likes to play the rough, tough game just like Tartarinov does, and they're both type of players who can get a little greasy once in a while.
They're missing one of the great players. I watched the World Junior Championship last year, and remember Igor Vyaznika, number 16. If you watched that tournament, people who did will remember it. He was a sensational player, but he's gone missing. And I'd love to believe that he's under suspension by the national team.
Yes, he is.
He's not going to play.
He's suspended for, they say, for life because of pretty serious drinking problems and poor behavior over there. And he's a fine player, Jim. He's, I would say, could be one of the top 4 or 5 forwards in this hockey club.
The penalty is to Seamak. The Americans on the power play for the 8th time tonight. 0 for 7 so far. Puck was gloved ahead, and so the play is called. There's the coach, Tikhonov.
I would think he's pretty happy tonight. They played a pretty good hockey game, and they've moved the puck extremely well. Kind of embarrassed the U.S. a little bit with some of their play here, but Tikhonov is the type of guy who's not that often satisfied, Jim. He always finds something to kind of complain about.
He was in a pretty good mood after his team beat the Czechs the other night. It's very amiable. It's hard to sit in on some of the press conferences sometimes because I never know whether to believe the interpreter.
They don't tell you very much, do you, Jim? They don't give you much information.
They're very secretive. And they'll almost tell you anything you want to know except anything personal. If you've got a few pins to trade, they'll tell you who's in the lineup, who's playing with who, and all sorts of general information, but ask anything personal and forget it.
Jim, it looks right now as if the Soviets are not that interested really in scoring goals. They're just moving the puck back a lot. They're man short, but they're moving the puck back, not trying to counterattack when they've got the man down, and usually they do. Usually when they're a man short, they'll still try to score on you.
5 minutes to go in the third, 28 seconds to go in the penalty to Seamak. 9-1 is the score. Richie Dunn had the puck hop over his stick. Kaminsky chases Peter Sockins. Dunn lost the puck after it is Svetlov. Back to pick it up is Mike Donnelly. Donnelly, number 12. With a pass ahead, it's picked up now by Jeff Rolochek, number 14. In through the middle with some room, pops it back. There's the shot by Donnelly deflected into the stands just as the penalty to C-Mac expires. Howie?
Well, folks, we want to show you how the Soviets create open ice and then have the sense to move into that open ice. The Soviet player here will have the puck and he'll just drop it to the man who's on the bill daily, who's really coming out of his own end, and that's the key to their success. Now what the puck carrier will do, watch, he'll go, stop it right here. He'll get everybody going this way, but the key is, watch this fella here. He will come into open ice and take it here, but he's not going to do anything with it. There's the guy there that's going to walk home free. Puck carrier gets fellas going to him, stop it. There's the open ice that he moved into. Now look, everybody's in that half of the rink, and he's coming just like that. Man, oh man, do they know how to create open ice and get into it and get the puck there the same time as the player arrives. It is just a classic.
This is Stelnov, number 4, moving the puck out to center for the Soviets. They lead 9-1. This game reaches its late stages. Komitov almost hit the double figures, but he missed the net. Max Middendorf to Kurt Colway coming on the other side. Going for the net is Ernie Vargas. There's the pass to the late man, anticipated and cut off by Bykov, though. Vyacheslav Bykov for C-Mac, number 18, is getting a lot of ice time in the last half of this game. Bykov, Komitov with a shot. They score! There's the 10th, and that one Cleon should have had.
That wasn't a great shot. It was just a wrist shot, and it kind of jammed him upstairs and then trickled through and went in. It's too bad because that's not a great goal to have scored upon you. Peacock gets the line, just drops it off. We overskate the loose puck here. The U.S. could have had a loose puck and had it out, but they didn't clear it, and it's in the net.
16 minutes and 7 seconds the time of this goal by Komitov. It hits Daskalakis and just deflects in. Second goal of the series for Komitov, his first in this game.
Jim, it's really interesting on the attack now. The Soviets, they got the U.S. defense really intimidated. They're backing off the line quickly, and they'll take the puck wide and then cut up in front of the face of the defenseman.
Well, all night.
Tough task for these guys to play against a team like this, and they're trying hard, but they're overworking and wasting a lot of energy.
10-1. Illustrating the great power of this Soviet team. They've spread the scoring all through their 4 lines.
That's a good comment, Jim. They really do have good balance to their attack, don't they?
The line seems to make great passes, great plays. This is the Soviet wings line. Nemchinov, Kamilev, Kriyakin on the ice right now. Kamilev drops the puck for Kazatonov.
They haven't played the KLM line in the last 5 or 6 minutes yet. They haven't had him on the ice, and it looks like they're just going to rest him a little bit and let the other lines play more.
You'll look forward, I'm sure, to facing a well-rested KLM line tomorrow
it's going to be just great. I can hardly wait.
Kamilev drops the puck off. Campidelli. 2:48 is the time remaining as Don Campidelli goes for a little skate in his own zone. And there'll be a penalty called at center ice. It'll be a hooking call. And it'll be against the Soviets, Kamilev.
You know, the U.S. has tried very hard tonight, but they've had a lot of problems. And an example here of Campidelli, nice little act right there.
Yeah, not bad.
He could probably play for the Czechoslovakian team if he keeps that up.
You're going to make a great broadcaster, David.
How are you approaching the game tomorrow night? I mean, you know how good this Soviet team is, and I'm sure your players have great respect for them, having played them.
We have a lot of respect for this team, and we know we've got to play a really complete hockey game, Jim, and you've got to make sure that your players don't get into that chase mode and start just chasing the puck and hounding the puck. You've got to make sure you're taking away options from the puck carrier, playing very smart defensive hockey, and unfortunately against these people, they let the puck an awful lot, so we got to play very smart defensively.
Well, your team in the past has shown great discipline, and I'm sure they'll show it tomorrow night. 2:12 remaining in this game. 10-1, the Soviets lead Team USA, and the Americans are on a power play for the 9th time tonight.
I interject here. If I were to scout a North American team of any caliber, I think I could pick the best 3 players. But how do you pick the best 3 players out of a Soviet team, or the best 5? If I'm a scout for a National Hockey League club, how do I?
I'm not sure you can. I agree with you. They're all 20 of them are just great hockey players, and the KLM line is always considered to be their best line, but tonight, you know, all lines have played very well. All defensemen have played well.
This particular night, Kaminsky stands out in my mind as perhaps one of the best, but only because he's put a couple into the net. The other guys have played well, too. Just over a minute to play in this game. The Soviets will be unbeaten in their 2 starts. The Americans will drop to 1-1 with a game against the Czechs coming on New Year's Day. Krutov was hooked to the ice, otherwise he'd been in alone.
Did you see that balance, Jim? He gets hooked,
amazing.
Falls on one knee, gets right back on his skates. That's amazing balance. Like if young kids are watching the game, you see the need for balance right there, and that's incredible. The athletic skill that athlete showed in that situation right there. I mean, the average guy is down and sprawled, and he regains his balance right back on his feet. Outstanding.
That's Krutov, and he's going to the penalty box right now as he hooked down the American player right there.
Yeah, he reaches around, and there's no need for that because there's already one defender there to play the fellow. But he reaches around here now to the other side, hooks the elbow, and Mike Donnelly goes down.
The Americans will have a 2-man advantage, but there's only 59 seconds left in this game, with the Soviet Union leading 10-1. Still 21 seconds left in the penalty to Kamilev.
Well, they're 2 men short, and they'll still put the pressure on all the way to the end, Jim. They won't lay off.
Bikov taking the face-off. Nemchinov, rather, is thrown out. And Gustserov comes in to face off against Jeff Rolochek.
Cool heads better prevail here. It's the game's almost over, and the U.S. should just take their time now and be thankful it's only 10-1 and end this thing.
Mike Donnelly's going to go to the penalty box. Frustrating night.
Jim, the one interesting area where the Soviets that sometimes don't show good judgment is that in their face-off alignments, like their techniques, they're good on the draws, but sometimes their alignments give a few things away, and it's just the one area of the game where we sometimes see some things that we think would be exploited a little bit if they would, if teams would adjust their lineups against them.
Donnelly and Nemchinov. The penalty goes to Donnelly. Elementary at this point. Chris Cherhaki holding the puck right out in front. Jeff Rolochek is stopped by Yulnikov. He's really only had to make a couple of saves in this game since he came in for Belashekin in the 3rd period. Leon Daskalakis has been the guy dizzy at his end of the ice, watching those red sweaters come in at him. Less than 30 seconds to go in the game. Gustserov takes the shot off the side of the net. Nemchinov, number 21. Kamilev is out of the penalty box. Gustserov goes for a skate.
They're just playing the 4-corner box, the old basketball stall here to kind of kill the clock off.
Not that it wasn't in the first, but this one is now officially history. The Soviet Union has defeated Team USA 10-1 and really given them a lesson tonight and given us quite an exhibition of what the Soviet team can really do.
Well, I would strongly advise hockey fans in Hamilton and in Ottawa, that's where they're playing, to just get out and see Team Canada play the Soviet club. I know they're going to be great hockey games, and you're going to appreciate the skill of both teams. It's going to be great entertainment.
I agree, Howie. It's great to watch a team of this caliber, and certainly for hockey fans, it's always exciting.
10-1 is the final score here for the Soviets. Now let's go for the presentations to public address announcer Tom Tompkins.
Ladies and gentlemen, here to make the Labatt's Players of the Game Awards presentation from Ice Hockey Program